after the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
What's good, What's the Commander fan? I'm back at you with another one. All right, man. Actually, I want, before I do this video is brought to you by Fanatics. If you're looking for any type of sports gear for your team, go through Fanatics. I will be dropping my link down in the description box soon. I just partnered up with them, so I'm looking forward to see what great things that me, LiveWire Sports Entertainment, and Fanatics can bring to you. But until then, check out fanatics.com for all your great needs in sports gear. Now, before I dive into this, I want to send a shout out to Jared's Corner because he brought this to attention yesterday, and there was a lot of speculation out there about Chase Young, Montez Sweat, which one is more valuable, which one to be traded. And actually, Jared did brought a point about trading Montez. You know, you could trade him to Cincinnati for a player, a second-round pick. I did hear like Chase could have been offered for a second-round pick. I even heard today that trade Chase 2 firsts for Lamar Jackson and get a third back from the Baltimore Ravens. I done heard a lot of scenarios. Now, also Jared said that why not make a play for both of them? If you want to clear out cap space, you know what I'm saying? Because apparently going into next year, the Commanders have roughly under $90 million in cap space. Now, if you want to create a bigger cap space, because you need to think about re-signing Cam Curl, you could give Curtis Samuel extension, and then you got draft capital that you can play with in this year's draft, where you could trade back, stockpile picks, get a lot of young players. Plus, you got some of the young players like Smith Williams that play pretty good when Chase was out. You got F.A. Abada that's back there that played decent, had 4 sacks on the season. Because your main 2 eaters are Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. They're the clog inside the middle. You know what I'm saying? Then you got people still forgetting we got Ridgeway and we still got Federa Mathis there. So we still got a pretty packed inside. Now, if you get some nice ends from the outside, young, especially on a free agent, not free agent, but a rookie deal, and they could come in and make an impact and start, man, you create so much cap space for yourself. And then when free agency come, you could easily bring in 1 or 2 key guys and not being so much strapped, because then you have money to give extensions. You know what I'm saying? You have money to give larger contracts to your key players, and you don't have to worry about it, because guess what? Your team will be so young and everybody's on a rookie deal. You won't even have to pay nobody for the next 4, 5, 6 years down the line. So me personally, I will look to see what I could get for both of them. Now, you know, I was talking to one of my friends last night, and Montez, he for 3 seasons now, he has had 29 sacks. You know what I'm saying? He has had 29 sacks. You know what I'm saying? In 4 seasons, and paired in all 17 games and everything. Now, Young only played in 12 games the last 2 seasons because of injury. But it wasn't long ago he was like the franchise cornerstone, but for Ohio State or whatever the case may be. But Montez he's coming up on a contract year. You got to think about it. Montez is set to make $11.5 million based on his salary during the upcoming campaign. Now, if you extend him and give him upfront money, now before I even really get into all that, the Commanders right now sit on $3 million of their cap space. Now, they brought in a linebacker, Anthony Walker. They didn't offer him. I guess they want him to take cheap. But guess what? You could easily reroute Terry and Jonathan Allen contract, restructure it to get them upfront money. Now, granted, with the ownership situation, you can't do anything about, give up money right now until later on. But you still could work out deals. You know what I'm saying? You still could work out deals that will help your franchise, and that could get either Cam Curl or Montez Sweat extended. Now, don't know what they're thinking. Now, also, when Daron Payne got signed, I did a video stating there still is a way to keep all four of these guys, all four of these guys, because all you got to do is restructure contracts, make cuts to your roster to lever more financial capital, like cut Chase Roulier. He's been injured for the last 2 seasons. You don't really need to keep a guy that's still injury prone on your roster. Why? When you still could add depth in the draft, you can still get 2 or 3 more. You got 8 picks. You could get 3 offensive linemen with out of them picks and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 4. 4 and 4, or whatever, or however you want to do it. So then also you got Logan Thomas there. He's a shell of himself now. He's not the same Logan Thomas that we was excited for couple years ago. Get rid of him. Me, honestly, I cut Kendall Fuller too. That's $3 million you'll be saving. You can move one of the guys that you have, or you know what I'm saying, or draft a guy to put in his spot to start. Then that's money you don't even have to spend later on down the line, because you got a guy on a 5-year rookie deal. You know what I'm saying? There's money on this team that could be maneuvered and alleviated. But again, they ain't thinking the way that we think in order to get this taken care of. It just don't make, to me, it does not make sense at all. It really doesn't. So I keep scratching my head trying to figure out scenarios how this team can alleviate money. Now, if they do keep them, if they did keep all 4, guess what? You have a Super Bowl contending defense for the next 6 years. You know what I'm saying? There will be no excuse in saying, hey, we can't make it deep into the playoff because our offense will be able to catch up, this year, hopefully, in everything. But if you want to create more capital for yourself, especially in years down the line when you have to probably do an extension with Jonathan Allen again, or Terry McLaurin, or Daron Payne, then it makes sense trying to trade one of these guys. Me personally, I like both of them. I like Sweat and I like Chase. But my knock on Chase is that he's going to have to prove himself. This is why they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. Make him earn it. Like the Giants did with Daniel Jones. They made him earn it. You know what I'm saying? And then they tagged him. No, they was going to tag him, but they didn't end up signing him. Then they tagged Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Make Chase earn it. And now the risk is with Chase is that if he poorly doesn't perform well, if he doesn't get where he don't get 5 to, I ain't saying 5, if he don't get 7 sacks this year, then you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do with him. won't be opposed if the Commanders, you know, I won't be opposed if the Commanders did actually went out and got trade compensation for either one of these guys, because you got to look at what's down the line. Now, I won't be mad if we kept them either. I won't be mad if we kept them, and I won't be mad if we got rid of them, because sometimes you going to have to make the hardest decision, and the hardest decision is going to be get rid of one, get rid of both, or keep them. So, especially we don't know if Ron Rivera is going to be here after this season either. So maybe he's trying to help create some kind of some financial stability, or because honestly, if new ownership takes over, they the ones going to have to worry about these guys' contract. So it's very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see, because you got to think this weekend is April 1st. We're going to have less than three and a half weeks before the draft. It's going to be tailing. You know what I'm saying? But also trading Sweat or Chase before the draft have to be a decision about significant salary increase, which I stated. You're going to have to create a lot of salary that comes with a club option, could allow the Commanders to reset the noble return packages, and will be cheaper and prevent them from losing one or both of the players for compensatory picks, draft picks in the later rounds. And that's what I'm saying, because you don't want to keep losing these guys just for compensatory picks. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't mean nothing. You know, at the end of the day, them picks, yeah, they work out. Sometimes they work, but they just hole fillers. You want to get high quality picks, a second, third, or whatever the case may be. So moving these guys down and moving your salary cap a little bit higher, where you probably could be one of the highest, the teams going in next year have a high salary cap. Then you could easily, then looking at next year, you could easily build a team. And say, for instance, if Lamar Jackson did stay in Baltimore and play 1 year, now, quote unquote, he did ask for a trade. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But say if he did stay with Baltimore, then if Sam Howell didn't work out, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, saying if he didn't, then you had a cap space to go after Lamar Jackson. You could trade your first round picks because you already got you got money to bring in some free agents and also to pay Lamar Jackson. Then you don't have to worry about spending out money to pay contracts. You could only pay one big contract. So that stuff like that you got to really think about. But nevertheless, I don't think they're going after Lamar Jackson. I don't see them going after Lamar Jackson, and that's just my take on it. But at the end of the day, trying to figure out what we're going to do with these guys is going to be kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I do believe that we're going to keep these guys. I think it's just all the nonsense around talking about trading one of these guys or trading both of these guys. But like I said, I would not be shocked if one of these guys get traded by the draft. I just would not be shocked at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, we could keep them. There's a way to keep them. There's a way to get rid of them too. So we'll see. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, and check out my handle, LWSNE68 at YouTube. And you can always check me, LiveWire Sports Entertainment, across all social media platforms. But until then, just another report for y'all guys. And I'm out.